Hello friends, my name is Michelle Fondin and I'm the author of Chakra Healing for Vibrant Energy, exploring your 7 energy centers with mindfulness, yoga, and Ayurveda. And welcome to the overview of the chakras. Today our focus is on the 7th chakra, Sahaswara, thousand-petal lotus chakra. It's at the crown of the head. The color is either violet or white, and there is no element for the crown chakra, and the mantra sound is Om, which we practice in the pranayama exercise video for the 7th chakra. So if you're interested in doing the breathing techniques for the 7th chakra and the mantra sound, go ahead and view the video, which I'll have posted below. View the video on pranayama for the 7th chakra. This is the chakra of enlightenment. This is the chakra that the energy from the other 6 chakras builds up and moves up with that Kundalini energy in the Sushumna Nadi that moves up through to the crown of the head, that opens you up to a sense of spiritual connection to yourself, spiritual connection to others, and spiritual connection to the divine source that created you. It's about universal consciousness. It's about pure potentiality and unbounded creativity. And it's really about delving into oneness, not only with the divine, but with everyone and everything around you. This is the equivalent of universal consciousness or even divine consciousness. And it's a really beautiful area of growth for you. Even if you don't feel open in your spirituality, this chakra, if you focus on it long enough, and if you focus on meditation and pranayama yoga breathing techniques and yoga poses that focus on the crown of the head, very soon your crown chakra will begin to open and align, and you will feel much more spiritually connected. And this can be a difficult one for people because when we're rooted in matter, or the chakras of matter, the first 3 chakras, while there are a lot of challenges associated with the first 3 chakras, it's a little more concrete. So you can really wrap your head around the areas of the first 3 chakras and also the issues and problems and obstacles to overcome to open up and align those first 3 chakras. When you get to the crown chakra, it's a little bit more difficult because spiritual connection is not something tangible. It's not something you can wrap your mind around. It's more of an emotional and spiritual experience than a physical experience. Sometimes there are instances of physical experience with spirituality, with the crown chakra, but those are pretty rare for those people that have been practicing meditation a long time, that have been practicing a spiritual practice over and over and over again and getting deeper and deeper into that practice. Of course, we are beyond the gunas, but if I were to assign a guna to the 7th chakra, it would be the guna sattva, which means purity. So when you think about a spiritual being, you think about purity. Now, one thing you need to remember, that even with spiritual beings, as they are earthly beings, that no one is perfect. So there is always imperfection, even in those that get very close to attainment in this spiritual connection to themselves, to their higher selves, to others, and to the divine. So nobody is perfect, just know that. So even a great spiritual leader that you might admire and really have great affinity for, that they are still human. If they're living on this earth, they're still human. And even those that have passed, with the exception of Jesus, because he is the only one that has risen from the dead. And if you want to debate with me on that thing, that's for a whole other video forum. But other than that one person who walked the earth, there are no others that have been able to conquer death, in that they are imperfect. So just know that, and know that you yourself, when you're on your spiritual journey, that it's okay to mess up. It's okay to not be perfect. It's okay to fail to meditate because you're too tired or you're too busy. Now, if it's consistent, it's really hard to gain a more spiritual practice if you're not meditating regularly, if you're not eating purely regularly, if you're not putting yourself in situations where you can experience sattva or purity, or you can experience spiritual connection, such as connecting with nature, or connecting with innocence, such as playing with children or playing with a baby. And those types of activities can get you closer to a spiritual connection and opening up this crown chakra. So you can have a lot of imbalances with the crown chakra, just like any of the other chakras. You can be deficient in the crown chakra in that you don't feel spiritually connected, that you feel isolated and you feel alone. And a lot of times we see that with people who say they are atheists, or they are even agnostic, where they're not sure if there is anything else divine out there. And so a lot of times you will see people deficient in this crown chakra where they don't feel spiritually connected. They don't feel a sense of connection to anything beyond themselves. And my findings are, so if you're atheist, please don't slam on me. I'm just giving an observation of what I have seen. What I have seen in people that say that they are atheists is that there is this underlying angst. There's this underlying sense of anxiety. There's this underlying sense of unhappiness and just lack of fulfillment. And that is what I've found across the board when anyone says, yes, I'm an atheist. I find that there's just something that isn't peaceful about them. On the contrary, people that are very spiritually connected, and we're not talking about religion. If you're confused about the difference between religion and spirituality, please view my video on the differences between religion and spirituality. It's on my YouTube channel, so check that one out. I think it's like a 40-minute video. I really go into depth on the differences between religion and spirituality. So if you are spiritual and spiritually connected through your higher chakras, through the 5th, 6th, and 7th chakras, then you do tend to experience that deep peacefulness, sense of bliss, a sense of being connected not only to your higher self, yourself, but others, and you feel connected to the earth, you feel connected to the universe, you feel connected to God, or whatever you call God, and you tend to feel connected to ethereal beings as well, such as angels. When you have this spiritual connection, when you have this openness in the crown chakra and in the third eye chakra, the 6th chakra that we spoke about in the video on the Ajna chakra, you just have this sense of joy, of bliss, of peacefulness, of completion. And really that is what we are all seeking. We are all seeking this sense of completion, of bliss, of pure joy and pure radiance and infinite light. And that's what you experience when you allow this crown chakra to open up. So besides meditation and yoga poses and pranayama breathing techniques and eating pure and drinking pure, so those people that are the most spiritually connected and that feel this sense of joy and bliss and harmony, they tend to not indulge in things like drugs and alcohol or even caffeine, which I'm not there yet. I'm trying to get there, but I'm totally not there yet. I really enjoy my coffee, especially caffeinated coffee. And even giving up things like fast food. You see enlightened beings just eating pure, eating from the earth, eating fresh fruits and vegetables, eating a non-harming diet, or eating a vegetarian diet or a vegan diet even, eating all organic foods. So you see that sense of purity in them that is resonating through and through, that's just not with their spiritual practices, but it's throughout their entire life. Most of us strive our entire lives to try to get to that point, but you can have touch points of spiritual connection and touch points of feeling this sense of infinite possibilities and unbounded creativity if you practice these practices daily. Another thing you can do is keep something like an amethyst crystal near your bed at night, or just have several amethyst crystals in your home. This does help to enhance your sense of spirituality, just the energy from the amethyst. It really brings that to light. So my son, when he was out west, I think he may have been in Sedona. He got me this amethyst necklace, which the heart actually fell off the necklace itself, but it's an amethyst heart. So you can also wear these gems and crystals as jewelry as well. And that's a really good way to remind yourself and to feel the energy from the gem or crystal that's specific to that chakra that you're trying to open. Quartz is another one. So quartz tends to be a little more clear, and you can have different crystals and gems, of course, like diamonds are purity. And so different crystals and gems, of course, help to open and align various chakras, and that's all in the book Chakra Healing for Vibrant Energy. And I mention at least 2 or 3 different crystals or gems for each of the chakras that you can either hold in your hand or have by your bedside or on your desk. This one was on my workstation, my desk, and you can also wear it as jewelry or even just place it over the chakra that might be ailing. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the chakras, of all 7 chakras that are now complete, that we've finished. And please pick up a copy of my book and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video with friends, family, and your yoga dog. Thank you for pledging your support on Patreon, www.patreon.com/Michelle S. Fondin. And I will see you in the next video.